Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for joining for meditation this morning. It's let's see, 10 o'clock, February 26th. My brother's birthday today. I can't help but to think of that on today's day. Let's give it a couple minutes and we'll start meditating at 10:02. Okay. Thanks so much for joining. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. It's 10:02. We're going to start our meditation, and it's a beautiful sunshiny day over here in South Haven, Michigan at Mom's again today. We'll probably be here for, I don't know, maybe another 3-4 days or so. And I don't have anything wise to share right now, so that's it. Thanks for joining for the meditation. Let's meditate. And just getting yourself nice and comfortable. And just taking in a nice deep breath. And really just letting go of all your stress, all your worries. I know we hear that a lot of times. I really sincerely mean that. Just really let go of all your stress and worries. What does that look like? It means just giving it all over to God or to the universe or Jesus or Buddha, whatever your choice is. I call it God. But just giving all your burdens, all your worries over to God. And just be present here for this moment. There's nowhere you need to go. There's nothing you need to do other than just be here right now. And just letting go of all the past. All the past stories, all your past experiences. Certainly any shame or guilt or blame that you've accumulated, which is dealing with your first 3 energy centers, your first 3 chakras, where your shame and guilt and blame are stored, until you fully release those and let those go. And forgiveness is one of those ways, but really just making the choice right now just to give it all back over to God. And if there's something else that God or life needs to teach you, just trust that your past will be healed when it's time. You don't have to carry the burden of the past around. Life and God are on your side, and they will present certain experiences to you when, where, and what is needed. It's always right in divine timing. So, yes, there may be things that we have to heal that our small self needs to heal, our person or our ego self. And the more we can have trust and faith that life and God are on our side, the more we can just stop worrying about it. When it happens, it happens. We fight life so hard, wanting life to be so different than what it is. But what does that accomplish? Life brings us certain situations, and we can either accept it or reject it. If we accept it, there will be peace, because there's nothing we're fighting against with life and God. If we reject it, we are only inviting in trouble. We will experience stress and struggle and all sorts of challenges that leave us feeling unsatisfied and incomplete. So when I invite you to let go of all the past, I truly mean absolutely everything. There's certainly nothing you need to carry into this meditation, but nor do you need to carry it into life itself. But at least for right now, for the meditation, empty all of it out, and if you decide you want to pick something up when the meditation is over, you're welcome to do so. Most people don't want to. And then just bringing your awareness to your breath. Just simply noticing the breath. Just noticing it. And you may notice that the breath doesn't need any help from us. It happens all by itself. There's no trying, there's no effort, there's no doing. Nor is there any trying or effort or doing required for this meditation. Sometimes those of you who do energy healing work try to enhance it. I invite you to not use your imagination or try to enhance it in any way. We're just experiencing the stillness and truth of who we are, which is silence, which is non-doing. You, the true you, is the one who is beyond all the thinking, beyond all the perceiving, beyond all the feelings, and beyond all the doing. You are simply the one watching life. And to watch life, to be a witness of life, it doesn't require anything physical whatsoever. No body, no mind, nothing is required to simply be a witness to life. And the more you connect with being the witness to life and not being pulled into all the thoughts and all the feelings, and you just are observing those, that is when you can find true and a sustaining peace. In fact, the peace, the joy, the love that we have been looking for, the happiness that we have been looking for all of our lives, that is actually the truth of who you are, and it is you right now in this very moment. Well, your mind might say, well, oh, come on, Brett, you're telling me that I have everything I need to be happy, peaceful, loving, and joyful right now in this moment. I'm not saying you have everything you need. I'm saying you actually are that. And the only thing that keeps you from being that and experiencing that truth is all these old stories and beliefs that you have bought into as if it's the truth, that you're not enough or you need to do something good in order to earn your way into heaven or back to the truth of who you are. Those are all just a bunch of stories that you've accumulated over the years. So right now, any stories or self-images that you've created, that you've come up with to describe you as a person, I invite you to let go of every single one of those stories. Doesn't matter whether your mind would judge it as good or bad. There might be things that you think you're good with. I invite you to let go of those as much as the ones that you judge as bad, because it's all part of the mental construct as to who you are. And we want to move beyond all of that. To move beyond the mental, the emotional, the physical, until the only thing that remains is the pure truth of who you are, who you have always been, and who you will always be. You can never ever get rid of you, the true you. It's not possible, no more than you can ever get rid of God. You can only have beliefs that block you from that experience. That's all. And so right now I just invite you just to really surrender fully into allowing your body to be completely supported by the chair, couch, floor, whatever, bed, whatever you're on, just allowing your body to be completely supported so that there is no effort required physically. And I also invite you to let go of any attachments or desires that you have. Why do we do this? Because when you let go of all your attachments and desires, no matter what life and God bring you, you can still be at peace. You can be rooted in the truth of who you are no matter what happens, because if you don't have an attachment or desire for how it's supposed to play out, God can bring you anything God wants to bring, and you're still at peace with it. And if we look a little closer, all your attachments and desires come from old beliefs from the mind and what the mind thinks you need in order to be happy. But the mind can never, ever truly know what happiness is. It can only have an idea of what happiness is, because happiness to the mind is always some kind of external pleasure versus an internal gratitude and joy that is the natural truth of who you are. There's a line in a verse in the Bible that speaks of the peace that passeth all understanding, that I believe was written or spoken by the Apostle Paul. And what Paul was referring to when he speaks of the peace that passeth all understanding, he is speaking of the peace that cannot be understood by the mind. And to awaken to the truth of who you are has nothing to do with the intelligence or the knowledge or anything conceptually as to who you are. You have to go beyond all concepts, all beliefs, all knowledge, because it's a pure beingness, it's a pure isness as who you are, and that cannot be comprehended by the mind. And that's what Paul was referring to, the peace that passeth all understanding, meaning you have to go past your mind in order to be the truth and peace that you are. And so just bringing your awareness to your breath again. Just notice how it gently and easily comes in and out. And you are the witness of the breath. You are a witness to the thoughts. You are the one that is witnessing any of your experiences, your feelings, your memories. None of those things, your body, your mind, all those things we described, none of those can be aware of you, but you are the one that is aware of all of them. And it doesn't take anything physical to be aware, to be a witness, because you are the non-physical, formless, empty truth that is pure conscious awareness. There's no thinking in that space. There's no doing. There's no feeling. You are simply the observer of all of those things. And so just practicing being aware of your breath. The thoughts will come in, and it doesn't matter whether you have one thought or 1,000 thoughts. You're just observing the thoughts. You are not the thoughts. You are not the thinker of the thoughts. You are not the person. You are the one simply witnessing all of those things. So when you witness a thought, simply allow it to gently and effortlessly pass on by. You don't need to engage it in any way because it's not who you are. And then just return back to the present moment where you're being aware of your breath. And let's practice that now. And if your mind has drifted, just simply come back to being aware of your breath, which brings you back to the present moment and brings you back home to who you are, the one observing all of it. And again, if your mind has drifted, just coming back to being aware of your breath. Just coming back to the present moment. And just being a witness to your breath. If your mind has drifted, just coming back to the present moment again, just being aware of your breath. your mind has drifted, just coming back to being aware of the breath. And maybe even noticing that you lose the sensation of your physical body, your form, and to see that your consciousness, your awareness, does not require any physical form whatsoever. You may also notice that there's, at the very core, just silence and stillness is all that remains as to who you are. If you see this, great. Don't try to find it. It's not about trying. It's about just being a witness to all of it. And if your mind has drifted, Just once again coming back to being aware of your breath. Your mind has drifted, just returning back to the present moment and just being the observer of the breath. And we're going to begin to bring this meditation to completion. So if you would like to continue meditating, please mute or turn your device off, and thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate that. And for those of you who are ready to finish, just taking in a nice deep breath. And just making sure you're fully rooted, fully grounded in this wonderful physical body that gets us around. And you may want to move it, stretch your body a little bit. And taking your time, and whenever you're ready, opening your eyes. And I'm just going to take a peek over here on Facebook to start with. And let's see, Cheryl, I am listening, but unfortunately have to work as well. Not ideal, but better than nothing. I'm glad you're able to join, Cheryl. Yeah, it's still hopefully helpful for you. So thanks for joining, Cheryl. I don't see any other comments on here. I'll go over to YouTube right now to see who's on there, and just to say hi if you have any questions or comments. And Sandy, very nice. Thanks for joining, Sandy. Thank you. Hey, you guys, I'm not going to be meditating tomorrow morning. I may do it on Sunday at probably like 10 o'clock if you'd like to join Sunday morning. But tomorrow I will not be meditating. So, but for sure back on Monday morning at 10. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. And I'm going to just take another peek back over here at Facebook. And that looks like everything. So if you guys want to make comments or have questions or something later on, please feel free to do that. If not, have yourself a beautiful day. And it is super beautiful and sunshiny over here in South Haven. So hopefully you're getting some sunshine as well. All right. Love you guys. Namaste, my friends. Nothing like a good meditation to put you to sleep, huh, Mom?